Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Udaimatun Nur binti Muhammad Baharudin and my group members are Nur Kamilia Afrina, Nur Anis Farhana and Nabila Nur Mansyara. Today we will present our study designs for our program which is the intervention programs to reduce obesity among adults. Our audience are working adults including men and women from the age 18 to 59 years old with obesity. Pregnant women and lactating women were excluded in this participation.
The first part for design is decide behavior.
Malaysia has the highest rate of obesity and overweight among the Asian countries with 64% of male and 65% of female population being either obese or overweight. Adults also included as an important age of the intervention. They often have poor food choice and lack of physical activity, which are importantly associated with emerging diet-related diseases such as obesity. For specific audience, adults becoming more busy and are driven into the workforce by overriding need for an household expenses and many more. The decision making for food choices become limited and attention to the dietary balance and dietary quality become poor and make them choose to eat fast food which have higher calorie. The participation with physical activities, daily movement also lessen due to working indoor. Next, we decide a behavior goal. The target behavior changes goals were to decrease the consumption of highly processed foods, decrease the consumption of food that have higher calories, to focusing on healthy meals, to increase fruits and vegetables intakes, and lastly, to improve physical activity level. Next, I will pass this presentation to my friends.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Kamilia Afrina. I'm going to present about the part 2, explore determinants of change. These steps explore determinants that have biggest potential to change the target behavior of the audience. They are separated into two groups, which are motivational and facilitating group. For the motivational group, we use theory of reason action as a framework to explore potential construct or determinants for the target behavior. And for the facilitating, we use social cognitive theory as a framework to explore potential construct or determinants for the target behavior. Next is select theory and clarify philosophy. Framework of theory is created to focus lesson materials around specific determinants so as to motivate and facilitate behavior change. We use theory of reason action and social cognitive theory as theoretical framework. We integrate the two theoretical as reversible because it has been shown to be effective in improve eating patterns between the two ways. We can make this pair of determinants from the motivational and facilitating determinants, and from the complementary, we create a theoretical framework after exploring the potential determinants for each target behavior. The reason action approach proposes that individuals have inbuilt intention, belief, and behavioral control leads to derived motivation. This theoretical approach assists people to why to take action by supporting behavioral intention as well as belief about likelihood in various behavior. And perceived behavioral. For adults, autonomy to choose healthy behavior is important because they have their own decision to control over their choice lifestyle. And for social cognitive theory, and this theory proposed that behavior is the result on personal, behavioral, and environmental factors that influence each other in a dynamic and reciprocal fashion. Behavioral factors of how to take action include self-regulation, outcome expectation, and as well as barriers and impediments. It is important to have social support to make the behavioral action activity succeed.
I will continue with general objective. Objective for each determinant in our theory model. Motivational theory. For behavioral intention, participants will be able to provide decision-making activities to assess personal positive and negative expectation of change and commitment to try new behavior and behavior change. For belief about behavior or outcome expectation, participants will be able to articulate their expectation to the benefit of being active, eating whole or minimally processed plant-based food, and negative consequence of eating high-calorie foods. For perceived behavioral control, participants will be able to provide information that being physically active and eating more fruits and vegetables can be easy, convenient, and give benefit to the health. Facilitating barriers and impediments, participants will be able to identify strategies to overcome barriers to be physically active, eating more whole or minimally processed plant-based food, and to resist high-calorie food. Self-regulation or self-direction skill, participants will be able to set and monitor goals to be physically active, eat more and greater variety of food, or minimally processed plant-based food, and eat fewer highly processed food. Lastly, outcome expectation, participants will be able to articulate the benefit of being active, eating whole or minimally processed plant-based food, and negative consequence of eating high-calorie food. Next, generate plan. Session activity to address objective. For motivational participant, behavioral intention construct, screen and education video that provide positive and negative consequence of a healthy lifestyle. For belief of behavioral construct, provide a nutrition material and handout such as brochure that help participants to build a simple tips of healthy eating. Lastly, perceived behavioral control construct, conduct cooking class program which provide participants to serve meals related to simple healthy food identified through personal experience. For facilitating participants, self-regulation or self-direction skill construct, free consultation from trained nutritionists to form an eating and exercise plan that suit their needs and highlight on importance of healthy lifestyle. Then, outcome expectation construct, establish the task of 10,000 steps a day as the program starts. The period of the task is until the day end. Lastly, barrier and impediment. Busy with work and do not have enough time to buy proper food, challenge themselves to cook and bring homemade meals following suku-suku separuh portion and serve fruits as daily snack every day to workplace. I will give to the next presenter. Now down to the last part of design, nail down evaluation plan.
First outcomes, about 90% of participants in the motivational group have started to set their goals in changing their lifestyles as they are aware of negative effects for unhealthy eating style and sedentary lifestyles. More than three-quarters of the facilitating group participants know how to manage their time to improve their physical activity level. At the end of the program, we can conclude that there are participants who successfully to achieve their goals in decreasing energy-dense food intake and improve physical activity level despite their busy schedule. And lastly, some of the participants are able to change daily dietary intake as they found the convenient way of preparing healthy meal and aware the benefits of healthy eating. The tools to measure our session went is by conducting survey about 1 month. First, motivational theory. The first theory is behavioral intentions. Before the program, 20% of participants know the positive and negative consequence of healthy lifestyle. And after the program, this number increased to 85% of the participants. Second theory is a belief of behaviors. 50% of participants aware about the simple tips of healthy eating before the program. And after the program finished, this number increased to 95% of participants. And the last one is perceived behavior control. Before the program, 40% of participants know to serve simple healthy meal. And after the program, this number increased to 90%. For the facilitating theory, the first theory is self-regulations. Before the program, 10% of the participants know to form eating and exercise plan that suit their needs. And after the program, this number increased to 90% of the participants. The second one is outcome expectations, physical or material. Before the program, 50% of participants are doing 10,000 steps per day. And after the program, this number increased to 85% of the participants. And the last one is the barrier and impediments. Before the program, 20% of participants challenged themselves to cook and bring homemade meals following Malaysians' healthy plate portions and serve fruits as their daily snack every day to workplace. And after the program, this number increased to 80% of participants that challenged themselves. The tools that we use to measure the outcomes is the first one, a feedback at the end of the program to examine adult will about point towards the video. This from the construct of behavioral intentions. The second one is online survey to examine adults' acceptance to eat healthful diet and do exercise after receiving easy tips through the brochure. The construct is belief of behavior. The third one is survey on how much the activity gives participants knowledge towards preparing easy, convenience, and easy to remember healthy meal. The construct is perceived behavioral control. The fourth one is survey on how the consultation gives impacts on the participant awareness. This constructs from the self-regulations. And the fifth one is activity checklist, where we track the participants' engagement toward the program and positive feedback of taking the actions. The construct is from outcome expectation, physical or material. And the last one is a feedback on how the challenge make participants increase their intake of fruit and vegetable. The construct is from the barriers and impediments. Lastly, the process evaluations we get from the audience feedbacks. First one is most of the audience are very satisfied with the overall program designed for them. And the next one is audience really like the intervention so that they know how to maintain their healthy weight range. And the last one is overall program and interventions are running smoothly without any problem. And that's all from us. Thank you.